and since life. I
Okay.
have a very small network, surprisingly, it includes a fitness coach. One of my content include my training, and for someone my body size, you would think that I'll be the first to go to the gym, but for some reason I'm very lazy, and that's one reason why I had to get the muscle general today on my podcast. And I appreciate you sharing your time with me, sir.
No problem. You're welcome.
Okay, so let's get right into some of the questions. First,
All
do
right.
I address you as please can you pronounce your name? Your name?
Pascal. Pascal
Yeah.
OBIKWELU.
Yeah. Do I address you as the Pascal, the lazy artist, or the muscle general? Which one do you want to go with?
Well, majorly my friends call me the lazy artist because art is always what I've been doing since I was a kid. So the name just got stuck after a friend started calling me lazy artist. Yeah, so not like I'm
And
lazy, but there's
yeah,
an idea behind it. Maybe I'll explain that later. But you can call me the
okay,
lazy artist. It's fine. Yeah, it's good.
okay.
Yeah.
Who is Pascal Obikwelu?
Obikwelu, yeah.
Obikwelu.
Well,
Um,
Pascal Obikwelu is an artist, uh, a fitness coach. Just basically someone who is just trying to make it in life. Doing what he loves. Yeah, because for me, I've always believed in working for myself, not working for somebody. So I am my own boss. Yeah, so basically that's just who I am. You know, an artist who loves fitness. Are you there? You can hear me.
okay.
Yeah.
Uh, um, Majority of people choose their path because of some of their childhood adversities, some of the things that have gone wrong in their
Mm-hmm.
life.
Yeah.
And
I can't hear you anymore. I can't hear you anymore. The audio is gone. I can't hear you anymore. Oof, it's crazy. Red Boat, are you there?
can you hear me?
You went. Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah, right now. It was mute for a while.
Um, I said that a majority of people choose their
Yeah.
path in life because of their childhood adversities.
Yes.
And for me, it's one reason why I do what I do is because I grew up with my grandparents, and I
Okay.
feel that some people do not understand the way I think, the way I behave, what's
Yeah.
going through in my mind.
Okay.
And for someone like you, what we say was the troubles you went through as a child that put you in this path of fitness.
Um. Well, I wouldn't say it was my childhood experience because I would say it was something that happened along the way in life that put me in the path of fitness. Because at some point I was depressed. You know, I was very very depressed. I was living in Nigeria. Things weren't going well for me. Like basically the universe was against me. They just put it that way. Like anything I put my head was just not working out, you know. So depression hit me very fast, and family, a Nigerian family issue. Again, family wasn't helping. They were just putting their own pressure on me, because back then I was trying to be. Are you there? It's gone. It's gone again. Joel, are you there? Oof. It's crazy. Really. Yeah, you're back finally.
Network is having issue.
Yeah, I can see you now.
Okay. I was saying that
Yeah.
can you describe 15-year-old you while you were a 15-year-old? What was the thing that was going
Yes.
through in your mind? What was the bad some of the things that you think you were experiencing while you were at the age of 15? Can you please just explain that?
At the age of 15, well, age of 15, I was in secondary school. Uh, I didn't think much about the future. Well, at the age of 15, I thought I was going to be a footballer, because I was in the school team. I was playing very well, ladies loved me. So I didn't really, uh, I always believed that I was going to go through that part in life. So that was the only thing I had in mind. You're going to be a footballer when you grow up. You're going to be a footballer when you grow up. So that's basically what was on my mind at the age of 15. Yeah.
And what kind of person were you say you were emotionally?
Emotionally, oof, it wasn't really good because I usually let things get to me quickly, because I like to do stuff for people, and then if they don't reciprocate that energy, I usually have an emotional breakdown. You get, well, I say wasn't good, but it was who I was. It wasn't something I learned along the way. Just who I was naturally. You get,
Yeah.
yeah.
And what experience changed everything for you?
The experience that changed everything for me was, well, the emotional part was when I was in university. I fell in love with this girl, and then after she broke my heart, I was a whole new person. What they say, like the first love heartbreak usually hurts the most. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it was really bad for me. My stomach was messed up, but after I healed, I was a whole new person. Yeah, emotionally I was stronger. I was thinking rationally. I wasn't thinking with my emotions anymore. Just like that. So that was the episode that changed everything about me.
They say that heartbreak is the biggest motivator for men.
Exactly. We have this saying in the fitness industry. They say the best creatine is heartbreak. Creatine is sorry, the best pre-workout is heartbreak. Pre-workout is a drink or a substance that helps you boost your energy.
Yeah.
So heartbreak is one of the driving forces that helps people, go to the gym and then burn their energy and kill their muscle, to the point of they're usually passing out, and the next day they repeat the same thing. So heartbreak is when I say in every disadvantage is an advantage. So
I think that was one thing I also even want to ask you. I want to ask you that when people go to gym, to me, as I it's somehow for me when I hear that people saying that you go to the gym and you come out a new man.
yeah,
The way they say you feel refreshed,
yeah.
and I always wonder how does going to the gym make someone feel refreshed, because I know there's kind of energy you the how hard it is for one to carry weight. So after all that, how would someone feel it? Because I just probably I am the one that is training in a very bad way, but I know that majority of what they say is not what I experience. In your own experience, do people feel refreshed?
Exactly what they say is what usually do happen at the gym. You what the gym does for you is that one, it builds your mental strength.
Yeah.
And then when you're working out, there's this chemical that your body produces. I can't remember the name. But at the end of the day, you go home, you have your bath, you sleep, you wake up, you feel refreshed. At first, maybe you are starting the gym for the first time, you're going to feel sore in your muscles because the muscles have been relaxed, and then you're trying to expand, so you're going to feel sore, feel pain. That's natural. So you understand. But the feeling good part is absolutely 100%. There is no lie with it. It's something I've experienced personally. It's something that people have experienced and told me.
Okay.
It helped me fight depression.
Uh,
Yeah. When I'm feeling bad, like when I go to the gym, I forget. I don't know. I just forget all my problem, all my sorrow, and then I just feel refreshed. I don't know. It feels like magic, but it's just the way it is. Okay, so probably you're right. Probably you're not training properly. But if you train properly, follow
yeah.
the right process of training, you should feel good. Honestly, you should.
Okay.
You should.
Um,
Yeah. And sorry.
going to the
And what?
gym.
Sorry. Hold on. And the other thing that makes you feel like a new man is, going to the gym is like sculpting. You get. You know
Yeah.
how sculptors, how they, you're hitting the wood or you're hitting the stone, and all of the day they produce this beautiful artwork. You
Yeah.
understand? So when the artwork is done, you feel refreshed. People look at it and be like, "Wow, this is crazy." So you going to the gym, you're sculpting your body, sculpting your mind. So end of the day, consistency for 6 months. You look yourself in the mirror, you're going to feel fulfilled. Like you be like, "Wow, did I do this?" When people look at you, they be like, "Damn, your body is really you're doing a good job." So it builds this confidence in you. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. That's what going to the gym does. It builds confidence naturally. Once your body starts improving.
Okay. I want to. I also want to ask you
Yeah,
when people go to the gym,
yeah.
what kind of what do you see in people that makes you feel that this person that is going to the gym will be the type that is going to last long?
Honestly, you can't tell by looking at the person. you can't tell by looking at the person. I don't think you can tell, because I've seen people. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you clearly.
Yeah, I've seen people who have been consistent for a year, 2 years, and all of a sudden they just drop and they don't stop going. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So there's no right way of looking at the person and saying no, this person is not. No, it's all boils down on the person himself. You know, what do you have in mind? What do you want to achieve? What is the gym doing for you? For me, I don't have a busy schedule because I work for myself. You know, but I see people who like my girlfriend, for example. She works 12 hours a day. Like, she goes to the work by 7 and then she closes by 8. And then she goes straight to the gym. She meets me at the gym. And then she trains for an hour, 30 minutes. And then she goes home. She does that for 6 days a week. You know? And she has been doing that for like 2 years now. Before I met her, she has been consistent at the gym. She understands. So when people say I don't have time, it's not it. You have to create time. Time is created. You can't have it. You just have to create it. Find a way to create it. You understand? So there's no way you can look at somebody and say this person can be consistent. No. It all depends on you, what you want as an individual. Yeah, I just yeah.
For people that stop going to the gym all of a sudden, what is that common denominator that you see that you realize that this is you've come to the conclusion that this is the common reason why majority of people suddenly stop going to the gym?
Well, it could be maybe a newly wedded and then they had a kid, you know, and then schedule is all messed up, you know, and then all of a sudden they just come to the gym. But I've seen people. I saw one guy that posted something online after he was really had a very good physique, and then after his wife gave birth, he stopped going, you know, and then his physique messed up. So, but the thing is, when they got settled, he went back to the gym. You get so that's just it. For me, the first time I ever went to the gym was in 2016. You know, I trained for 3-4 months. I was seeing signs already that my body was coming out, but I stopped going because I couldn't afford to pay anymore. You know, Saba was dealing with me that period. You get, but I didn't have that mentality of I could do what I do at home. I could do 200 push-ups a day.
Okay.
I could do 100. I could do 100 squats a day. I could do 100 sit-ups a day, and then I will still have a very good physique. I didn't have that mentality. You understand? But now I know that even if I miss a day at the gym, whatever I do throughout my day, when I come back home, I must do 200 push-ups, and I must do 100 squats, and I must do 100 sit-ups. You know, just to keep that consistency. That's the mentality I have now. So it's like I said again, it always boils down on the person. You know, any reason that makes you stop going to the gym. If you're going to be busy, there's no how you can be busy for 24 hours. It's not possible. It's always going to be a window for you to do, even if it's 100 push-ups at home. It's something you get. That's just it's not rocket science. You can't be busy for 24 hours. It's not possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For someone who just wants to start going to the gym, or someone who has been going to the gym and suddenly, because of their inconsistency, what advice would you give such person?
I would tell the person, you should being consistent is not easy. but try. Just get there. Just get there to that gym. Just tell yourself, let me be consistent for 90 days. That's 3 months. Because you see, if you keep doing the same thing for, I think, 21 days, it becomes a habit. You understand? Set a goal. Set a goal. Tell yourself, let me just do this for a month and see what happens. Then after that month, tell yourself again, let me do for another month and see what happens. Do you understand? Just keep pushing yourself. Before you know, you're gonna get to a point that if you don't do that thing, your day is not complete. If you don't do that push-up, your day is not complete. If you don't go to that gym, your day is not complete. You must always find a way to feel that muscle burn, for your day to be complete. It becomes an addiction, honestly. Trust me.
Okay.
After a while, it becomes an addiction. Yeah.
For a fitness coach, I want to ask you some questions on that. But the first question I'll ask is that, do you have your own gym?
I don't own a gym. No, I don't own a gym, but I'm a member in the gym.
Okay. What will you advise? Because I know many people is like musicians who, after a while, after a long time, they say that they are going to stop working with whatever record label they are working with. They start their own label. So why? The first question is that, why would a fitness coach like yourself, why don't you have a gym yet? And probably why won't you have one?
Well, my plan is, in future, I'm going to have, definitely, when things start moving perfectly for me, I'm going to have. Having owning a gym is not an easy thing, because those equipments are very expensive, and they are pure metal. Metal is expensive. You understand? So setting up a gym is not a day thing. You must be financially equipped to be able to own a gym, a proper standard gym, not just anyhow kind of gym. You understand? So that's just it. It's part of my goals. Part of my goals. I'm going to own a gym someday. It's part of my goals.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's that common bad habit you've seen amongst fitness coach that you wish that if you're part of a regulator, or even as a fitness coach, you just point out that, hey, stop that? What's that?
What people will do that I don't like is people that take steroids, because steroids is like a shortcut, and by them doing so, they're like tagging everybody that does fitness, people that take steroids. You understand? Like, someone walked up to me one day in the gym, and it was like, how long have you been working out? I said 2 years. He said it's not possible for me to get this body in 2 years. I laughed. You understand? Because he has a mentality, because he knows people take steroids. If you take steroids now, trust me, in 3 months you're already big. You understand? So if I was a fitness regulator, or I don't know what to call it, I'm going to make steroid illegal. I'm going to ban it. It's because it's shortcuts. Going to the gym is supposed to teach you that life is not easy to get what you want. You have to work hard. You have to train hard. I go to the gym 6 days a week. I used to train for 3 hours for me to, because I was very skinny. I could show you one time. One day I will show you my picture, my throwback picture of 20. I was very skinny. You get, so I had to work I want to work I train 3 hours for 6 days every month, every day. I train for 3 hours every day to achieve my physique. You understand? So I worked extra hard. And for someone to tell me that I'm taking steroids, it's like a slap in my face, you know.
Yeah.
So that's like, yeah, if I was a regulator, it was a board, and I was part of it, I'm going to ban people from taking steroids.
But why would people take such shortcuts? Why? What's that common reason you think that people are taking steroids?
Well, people that take steroids is mostly people that do competitions. You know, if you look at
Yeah.
Asniga, this recent guy, C-Bomb, I don't remember his full name, Chris Bomb. You know, like they do competitions. You get, so steroids is kind of an enhancement. You know, that helps them. That helps for you to build extra muscle, for you to get extra big. You know, because they always have this belief that genetics. I don't know. People keep saying that they have good genetics. That thing is bullshit. If you train hard, you're going to get your results. You know, you're going to get your results. If you train hard, it's good. You're going to get your results. You
Yeah.
understand? So the category of, because they call them classics, is a fitness competition category. Classics, you know, majority, in short, all 100% takes steroids. But they still have category of people that take natural. That's people that are natural, don't take steroids because they test you. They have a category for that, you know. So honestly, I don't know why people they find that they can't go through the hard way, you know, and they want to go through shortcut. Life is not that way. There's always a side effect of the shortcut. There's always a
Okay.
side effect. You cannot beat it.
Okay. I've always, because I see your videos sometimes, and I see you um with some ladies, and
Yeah.
one question that I've always been in my mind, even my friends, they said that I should ask you this question:
Okay.
how do fitness coach or fitness trainers, how do they train with ladies without any sexual thoughts in their head at all? Because that was one stereotype thoughts that we don't know anything about that. We always think
Yeah.
that when we see any fitness trainer with any lady, we know
Yeah.
that this guy is banging now.
Yes. Yes. I understand what you're saying. I understand. I've had that mentality before, you know, but it just boils down on the individual, on you yourself, you know. I can train anybody without having sexual thoughts. You get, because when I'm at the gym, I don't. So most of the time, my phone is always switched off or silent mode because I'm here for business. I'm not here to joke. Yes, I see people at the gym. You know, they gather, they talk. They're always talking. They're always having conversations. No, you can do that outside the gym, or not in the gym. The gym is a serious place where you come to sculpt your mind, your body. You know, so for me myself, I don't know about other people, but having sexual thoughts is it just means you're a creep. Naturally, that's who you are.
Yeah.
You know, because there's this guy I follow. He always exposes people like that at the gym. You know, it shows that you yourself as an individual, you're not a good person if you're having sexual thoughts. You get, so
I understand.
for me, I can train with any lady. Doesn't sexual thoughts, no, never.
Okay. Another thing that's also come to my mind is that recently we've been seeing different trends from female who go to the gym, all those unisex
Yeah,
gym. We've been
yeah,
seeing the way female dress in the gym. Do you
yes.
have anything to comment on it? Probably is the fault of the men that are in the gym who cannot keep their eyes to themselves, or the women. What can you just comment on it real quick?
Um. Okay. Something I always tell my girlfriend is that when she tells me that I shouldn't be looking at girls, I always tell her that I I is for seeing. My eye is for seeing. Do you understand? I'm a man. I'm a human being. For you to dress like that and come to the gym, you have something in your mind. You cannot tell me as a lady that you're feeling comfortable. No, you only skip attention. You understand? Because I've seen ladies that dress decent, and I've seen ladies that dress indecent. Sure, you get me? I know this is a very huge topic in the fitness industry. It's a very huge topic. You understand? But for me, from my own point of view, for you to dress that way means you're seeking attention. You get? And if people look at you, you shouldn't blame them. It's gone again. You can hear me? It's gone again. It's off. Can you transfer? Yeah, you're back.
I can hear you.
You can hear me now, yeah? Okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
I just feel
Yes.
me looking at you, because it depends on, like what people see and what people see and what this other person's mind is are two different things. Me looking at you, I can be like, waiting this one they wear yourself, and then I turn around. But if you catch me looking at you, you might be like, this guy is a freak. You get, but my intention might just be pure. She understands. So
Yeah.
for me, any lady wearing indecent clothing to the gym, you just keep her attention. That's just it.
Okay. During COVID 2020, 2021,
Yeah.
what would you say changed before and after COVID? Before COVID, during COVID, and after COVID, what can you say changed in the whole fitness environment?
Well, I wouldn't say 2020. I can't tell because I wasn't going to the gym 2020. I started working out 2021.
Okay.
You understand? But there was an influencer I was following back then. I noticed something because he made a post. The guy has a very good physique, but during that lockdown, he lost part of it. Because when you're in a confined space, it's not easy to be consistent. I won't lie to you. There's a difference. There's a difference when you pack your bags and then you go somewhere to do something than you stepping from your bed. I want to do that in your own space. It's a different ball game. You get.
Yeah.
So I felt, well, during that period, a lot of people lost what's it called, the physique that they built earlier on. During that 2020 lockdown. But as soon as the gym was open, everybody was back to it. So that's just my opinion on that.
Okay. What advice do you have for 20, 21-year-olds who are always at home binging Netflix, watching porn, watching Instagram models, and just wasting their time on the internet? What advice do you have for them?
What advice I have for them is, um, life moves on so fast, and then when the shit hit the fan, they're going to realize you have wasted your life. You understand? Because at the end of the day, you're killing your mind watching all those videos, and then by the time you're entering your late 30s, I wouldn't say it will be too late, but you're going to look back and see that you've you've wasted a lot of your time, that you'll have used to achieve something in the future. So I'm going to advise them.
Okay.
Start working out and stop watching those videos. Get out there, get a good physique. It's going to help your mental strength. It's going to help you physically. It's going to help you emotionally. It's going to help you financially. Because if you're being consistent in anything, if you're being consistent at the gym, it's going to help you to be consistent in anything you want to do. And if making money is one of the things in your mindset, then being consistent at going to gym is going to help you to stay consistent in that hustle. That's my advice for them.
Okay. Now let's go to the art aspect of you.
Right.
Describe charcoal art for novice, because I saw your Twitter. You call yourself a charcoal artist. So describe charcoal art for novice.
Well, charcoal is the first and earliest form of art. Back in the days of the cavemen, what they had was charcoal, and they used charcoal to inscribe things on the wall. I didn't start out initially as a charcoal artist. I started out as a painter, actually, when I was in my junior secondary schools. I used to paint. But after a while, I fell in love with charcoal. It was a love at first sight thing. People have told me to try other mediums, but I just can't see myself, So charcoal is the, like I said, is the earliest and the first form of medium of art.
Some of your work, what inspires you? What exactly do you get as what's your inspiration for your best work?
My best work on Instagram is a drawing of an African woman, an Ethiopian woman from the Morsi tribe. It's called the tribe is called Morsi tribe. What inspired me was that period. I was 2020. I was going through some emotional traumas because I lost my dad earlier. My emotions were everywhere, So I was doing some research. I was on the internet doing some research, and I was discovering things about Africa that I hadn't known before. So I had this urge to tell the small followers I have, the story about Africa. Okay, so that was what inspired me to do that artwork, mostly. Because there were fascinating things about the tribe. People. If you watch the Wakanda movie, you would see them. They had this like a plate thing in their lips. They open their lips up and then they put. Yeah, there's a reason why they do that. People don't know. People don't say, it's an African woman. There's a plate in her lips, but they don't know why she has that plate in her lips. So that was what I was trying to teach people, because I was dropping facts about the tribe and why they did what they did.
Okay. Let's say you're in this kind of situation where what you consider your best work, people see it as your worst work, and what you consider your worst work, people see it as your best work. What will be going through your mind? How will you react to that kind of situation?
Well, I'm going to tell myself it's probably their opinion. That's what I'm going to tell myself. It's probably like opinion, because the thing about art is that everybody interprets it in their own way. You might look at an artwork, and it's all about perception. Look at an artwork and then you see a beautiful woman, smiling, and then someone might look at it and find a beautiful lady who has gone through a lot of emotional traumas in her life. So it's all about the interpretation. So that's always what I have in mind when it comes to artwork. Obviously, as an artist, there's always one artwork that will be close to your heart, that you feel is your best, that you might never want to sell in your life. But other people might feel that no, that's not your best. This is your best. So it's not about that. It's not about perception. I'm just going to tell myself, well, that's what they feel about it, and that's good.
Okay. I do see this in movies sometimes where artists tend to keep their best work, or what they
Yeah,
consider their best work. They tend to keep it either in a secret compartment somewhere, or they keep it
yeah,
to themselves.
yeah.
For you, have you gotten have you been in that kind of situation where you see that this is the best work, this priceless, you can't show it to the world, you can't show it to any other eye aside your own eye? Have you been in that kind of situation?
Um, I've been in a similar situation. Not like I can't show it to the world, you know, but I've been in a situation of when I create an artwork and I'm like, I'm not going to sell it,
Okay.
because it's like you having a baby, and then you're caring. You're like, no, this baby can't go anywhere. This mother love. When they be like, they lock the child inside the house. They don't want the child to go out so that the world won't corrupt the child. Things like that. It's kind of for artwork, for artists, because you're pouring so much energy and emotions. You're pouring a part of you into something, into creating something. So the thing might be so perfect that you wouldn't, the person that's going to buy it, you wouldn't know how the person would care for it. So you just want to keep it to yourself. I've had situations where like people pay me to do artworks for them. And then after, it's funny, after like 6 months, 1 year, I called them. I'll be like, hey, how you doing? Hi, remember me, that artist? I just want to make sure the artwork I did for you is still good. I've done that before. You understand? Just to like I'm asking after my child, something like that. So it's natural. It's natural for an artist to do so. Normal.
Okay. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
All artists are paranoid.
All artists are paranoid. I think you are right, because I have had conversation with artists, and we we've had similar kind of mindset. I think you're correct. All artists are paranoid, because for you to be an artist, for you to be able to create, you're not thinking in the same level as other people.
Yeah.
Something was going through you. Is either you're paranoid about things that are going on in your environment, or you're going through some deep emotions. Because for me, if I want to create, I always tap into my deepest emotions. Sometimes it's not good, but it's just how I get my inspiration. You get. I don't want to go deep into it, but it's just as an artist, it's just what it is. It's just what it is. It's normal.
Okay. If there is a public poll, the people should review you.
Yeah.
And you are to guess what exactly is your review from 1 to 10. What do you think people are going to review you as?
Well, I would say 8, 7.58, because we review me based on as an artist, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I would say 7.5, 7.5,
7.5.
because for me, I always feel my art is never good enough. You know, I'm working on an artwork right now. This is one I'm working on. When I started it great, and at the middle, it felt like, what am I doing? Good, doing nonsense. I was almost tearing the artwork. And then I decided to ask my girlfriend, and she said it's perfect. I should just continue. Do you understand? So I don't know. I just feel I'm not good enough, but it's natural. As an artist, it's natural, you know, to feel so, because no one is perfect. You know? So I'm not going to give myself a 10 over 10. No, I'm going to give myself 7.5, because you can only try to be perfect. Perfection is for God. God owns 10 over 10. Yeah, the rest of us are just trying to be. Yet there's no perfect artist out there. It's not possible. No matter how good you are, no matter how experienced you are, like have experience of 50 years, you're not perfect. You can't be 10 over 10. So I give myself 7.5.
Okay, we've been talking. Okay, we've been talking more about emotions, having an heightened sense of emotion.
Yeah,
What role do you say, because you've talked about your girlfriend a lot, what
yeah,
role will you say your girlfriend play when it comes to your emotions? Because in some relationships, some men like a woman who try to elevate their emotion a bit, and
yeah.
some men like women who try to calm their emotions, while some like women who are in the same emotional spectrum with them. What would you say your girlfriend play in your own, as an artist, as a fitness coach, in general?
She brings this calmness to me. This she makes me laugh a lot. She brings out this happy, even when I'm having a bad day. She always finds a way of turning it upside down and making me happy. So I've told her before, she is my peace. She calms me down. Understand? So that's the emotion that's the effect that has. Yeah.
Okay. Now to the almost to the last segment. I
Okay.
want to talk about money with you.
Okay.
You said you are into crypto trading.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Aside Bitcoin, what's the second best cryptocurrency?
Ethereum.
Okay. What can you describe your trading journey?
My trading journey started uh 2019. Obviously, I didn't know what I was doing. Someone that was when I moved to Benin Republic 2018. So I was fortunate to meet someone, a Beninoa actually, who put me through. But then it was because it takes money to start. It's an investment. It takes money to start. But then I was really broke. Okay, so he just gave me the basics, and I did some practices, and it was okay. So that was just it. And then I was doing well in my art, and then so I was making some savings. So 2020 December was when I started fully trading. Basically what I do, because the crypto world is wide, it's very, very wide. So the aspect I'm focused on is the way I mean borrow the change. So
Yeah.
that change, yeah, basically what they do, like they go to the CBN, they buy dollar, and then they sell to you at a different rate. You get That's
Yeah.
basically what you get. I have a platform where I buy Bitcoin from. I create an offer, to buy Bitcoin, and then people click on my offer. Yeah, I buy at a lower rate. So you understand? And then people click on my offer, I sell to them, I send naira to them, and then when I'm exhausted my cash, my bank account, so what I do is the Bitcoin that I have, I convert to USDT, that's Theta, and then I send it
Yeah.
to Binance, and then I sell at a higher rate in Binance. Yeah. So when I sell, I collect my naira, and then I repeat again. So it's just a repetition. That's what I'm doing. Repetition. You know, I'm buying from people. I'm selling Binance. I'm buying from people. I'm selling Binance. So that just it. You know,
Okay.
it, you're not
Uh,
going to make it immediately, but
yeah.
if you're consistent, it's all about consistency. If you're doing it, you realize that starting with 100,000, by end of the month, you might be having 150,000 in your account. You know, but now 50,000, I'm having 200. So you are growing every day. You understand? It's just turnover. You're just repeating and repeating. Selling your buying, selling your buying, repeating. And then you just pray to God that the market does not fall. You understand? Because when the market falls, you're going to lose some money. But what I do is once I have a gain, you understand? Maybe like I start with 100,000 and then end of the month I have like 150. What I do is I push in, I push in maybe like 20,000 to USDT. You understand?
Yeah.
USDT, the stable coin, doesn't rise, doesn't fall. It's like they call it is backed up by the dollar. You understand? So I move it there and then I turn it over. So I just keep sending my gain until maybe you're surprised at the end of the day, you're having double of the money you should start. You have recovered. So even if BTC falls, you're not lost. You understand? So
Yeah.
that's basically what happened. And that's for now, that was paying bills. Thank God, it's not easy because I've since I moved here, I've not really sold anything out. I've not sold anything. I'm still pushing. I know one day I'm going to sell.
Yeah. Very soon. Hopefully,
Really.
this shows the world that this is what you do, and
Yeah,
it's we push further.
yeah.
Okay. I want to ask you a few questions about Nigeria. How
Okay.
was Nigeria like for you while you were here?
Man, Nigeria is hell on earth. Because um well, I would say I'm a human being, so I would say my dream was to play football. I was very good at it. I was good. I was good to the extent that when I finished university, I got a deal to play for Premier League in Benin Republic. You understand? And then I went and my family messed it up. That's another story. So
Yeah.
that was my dream. Yeah, but Nigeria didn't make that dream possible for me because you go for tryouts, then they ask you for money. If you don't have a sponsor, man, you're going to suffer. Yeah, because you can't be going to a 9 to 5 and also be having a football career in mind. It's not possible.
In some way,
Yeah, I can hear you.
yeah. Um, in, in some way, even though the country is something that you call is hell on earth, you
Yeah,
can still say that there's something that Nigeria itself has taught you and has pushed you to become the man you are today. So, what could that
yeah,
be?
yeah. Nigeria has taught me never to give up. You
Yeah.
know, never to give up in your hustle. Well, I gave up my football dream based on the frustration and depression, a lot of things. But it was easy for me to give up because football has to do with age. You understand? So you're going to get a certain age, and then you have to tell yourself the truth. You understand? So I was getting to a certain age, and I told myself the truth. I'm like, you need to change your career. Understand? So
Yeah.
I dived into art because it was like my second talent. You understand? So I dived into it. So ever since then, I've been pushing art. You get? So Nigeria has this. I know every Nigeria has that code being built into them. This hustling spirit. You understand? Never to give up until you make it. Do you understand? And living in Lagos also helped me because you know how Lagos is. I don't know where you live, but you know how Lagos is.
I'm in Lagos. I
Exactly.
stay
You know, Lagos na shine your eye. You understand?
in yeah.
And you know as it be now. So you get so living in Lagos also contributed. You know, this this uh this spirit of you guys hustle no matter what. You guys make calm. You understand? So I'm a proud Nigerian. Honestly, I talk with that. I'm Nigerian. I'm proud to be Nigerian. You know, but the
Yeah.
government has made the system up. But proudly, I'm a Nigerian. Anytime, any day.
What's your philosophy on money?
The philosophy on money is, oof, that's a tough question. I've never really thought about having a philosophy on money, but I just have this thing back of my head that I want to be success. I want to be successful up to the point that if I wake up today and say, man, I want to travel to Ibiza, and then I can travel to Ibiza without thinking of how much the plane ticket is going to cost me, how much the hotel is going to cost me, how much the experience is going to cost me. You know, I just want to have this financial freedom. You get? I'm not targeting to look like Dangote or Elon Musk, but if it happens, thank God. You understand? But financial freedom is my goal.
Yeah.
Financial freedom is my goal. Yeah.
What would you consider your priority, your three most priority, starting from number the list, your top three priority list?
Top two priority in life. Yeah.
I said that. What are your top three priorities, starting from the list?
My top three priorities in life,
Can you hear
starting
me?
from yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. My top three priorities in life, starting from
Okay.
the you keep asking me tough questions, bro. Because you know why I'm saying so is I just have two priorities. I don't have a top three priorities.
Okay.
One of the priorities is, like I said, financial freedom. That's the top priority for me. Okay, let's make it three. Let's make it three. Financial freedom. That's one priority for me. Um, Being successful in my art because it's a God-given talent and I wouldn't want to waste
Okay.
it. And then the first one is having a beautiful family. You know, family of having a wife
Okay.
that I wouldn't give me headache. You know, wouldn't give me problem. I'm not all about beauty or endowment. I'm all about your character.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, and the peace you bring to me. So that's just a top priority in life.
Okay. The last question I would like to ask is that because one of my one thing I'm trying to understand is in life, how do people live their life and
Yeah,
what's their mentality towards death.
yeah.
I would like to ask you this: what would you like to be written on your gravestone when it's game over or once you've completed the game?
Again, yeah. Well, I'd like to put on my tombstone. Loving father, you know, loving father, loving husband. I think that's just it. You know, a loving father, a loving husband. There's
And would you
no.
say that
Sorry.
you can go? You can go on.
Yeah, there's no anything extra. You know, because at the end of the day, whatever you're using there is not for you. It's for the living. You understand? So for me, loving father, loving husband. Okay, good.
And And would you say right now you can consider yourself any of those two?
Well, I can't because I'm not married. I don't have kids.
No, I don't mean like you are married with kids. I'm talking
Okay.
about like right now. If would you consider yourself someone fit to be a father and husband? Because I know many people they when they're in a relationship, they're like, I just want to be in let the relationship stay where it is for now. Let us go further, and so you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I understand
So
you.
what will
But
you?
the thing is, there's never, there's no way you can prepare yourself to be a loving father or a loving husband.
Yeah.
You just have to start and see where it goes. Just try as much as possible to be good to your children and your wife. Try as much as possible to be good. So for me, right now, if it happens, I'm going to go with the flow. Believe that everything's going to work out at the end of the day. Yeah.
I've seen I've seen parts of you that I stand with, and I know that in life in the future you'll be good at whatever role you are given or whatever role you choose.
Yeah.
Um, One thing I want to get this straight. For you, what will you consider your proud father moment?
My
As
proud.
in, once you see something, your proud father moment, once you notice something amongst your kids, what will you consider like, okay, yes, I am the father that I want to be, that I choose to become?
Um. Well, I think is how I'm going to handle uh probably the situations maybe in the family, maybe my son is having maybe a girl broke his heart or an emotional problem or something issue, maybe issue in school, maybe he's being bullied or something. So I'm going to see myself as a good father if I can handle that aspect properly. Because truth be told, many of us didn't experience that in Nigeria growing up.
Yeah.
When the father sits you down and tells you about life, about how to go with the ladies, maybe you have a heartbreak, you have the what's it called, the confidence to talk to your father. You understand? If my son
Yeah.
can confidently come and meet me and tell me that, Dad, man, I like this girl and I don't know how to go about it, I'm going to see myself as a proud father because I couldn't do that with
Yeah.
my own father. You understand? She's probably going to scold me and ask me what is that what you're thinking about by this time? Do you understand? So many of us had that fear in Nigeria growing up, you know. If I can have that with my kids, just like we are talking now, if I can have that kind of conversation with my children, I'll call myself a proud father. You
Yeah.
know, yeah, I'll call myself a proud
Okay.
father.
Okay. Thank you very much for joining me on my podcast. I really, really appreciate.
Yeah, I appreciate, bro.
Yeah.
I appreciate. I think this is my first ever podcast, and I pray, I get called on more podcasts like this.
Uh,
Yeah, good.
okay.
Yeah.
Please, where can people get you and your work and your works, rather?
Um, well, if you come to my Instagram, that's where I have most of my artworks. Lazy artist. If you check my bio, you will see a link to my website. It's right there. I have a website where you can see all my work. And you can also request for prints of my artworks, or you can buy from me if you wish to. And then the page is called the Lazy Artist. DE then Lazy Artist. DE Lazy Artist. And then I have a fitness page, more so general. If you want to start working out and then you don't know how to go about it, come to my DM, I can guide you. You know, if you want to go further, maybe you want to ask for a meal plan, and maybe extra, maybe workout plan. Probably there's going to be a fee attached to it because, yeah, I've gone through the experience and hard work of building all those knowledge, so I can't just give that for free.
Yeah, understand.
Yeah, well, if it's to guide you to start, I can do that for free. That's normal. I can give you the
Okay.
motivation to be consistent and all.
Yeah.
So,
So I'll link your work and everything in the description so people can go check it out.
cool.
Please make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share this podcast if you enjoy it. And if you want to reach out to him, you can check him out, Mozu General or The Lazy Artist on all platforms. Everything is going to be there. Thank you very much.
All right,
And
bro.
bye for now.
All right. Stay fit.